Question. Which of these is going to stick like a cockroach, holding on to their winner's side life against all odds, and which is going to have to go down to losers finals?
Go down the
Deltaforce
drain.
versus WebbJP here, and my friend, it's going to be a banger.
Yeah, for sure, and they're just getting right into it here. God, I had so much fun watching both of these players tonight. It's like I don't want either of them to lose, but at least even the loser we still get to see play a bit. Deltaforce still has, oh gosh, okay, that one little needle, I think. I was about to make the joke about Link still has the blade beam on deck at 0%. Not that anyone's using that.
No
but
way to take it offline like jab. This is the heroes battle. You know, are we gonna have Sheik? Who is truly the superior warrior here in Hyrule? Is it gonna be Sheik or is it gonna be Link? He might have the hero sword. He might have the hero's welcome. But remember, this princess can get it done for a reason. Webb is locking it down. The platform spacing ain't perfectly aware of the range of these swords. Or he's gorgeous from him, but yet again we see that Deltaforce defense that's been making waves for him all night long, just still putting in work here against WebbJP.
Yeah, and I think, oh, interesting. I wonder if Deltaforce would have been able to do the here spin facing the other way and still recover there. It's a little far out, may have needed to just face the stage, but that's something I'm always watching out for, you know, with any Link player, and I know that Deltaforce can definitely hit those. WebbJP also hit those. I mean, just taking that first stock with the kind of bread and butter up air, and yet here we are, starting fresh, 2 stocks apiece.
I love that coverage too. The Z drop recognizing that Nair will roll bomb under platform and bounce just enough to keep the pressure going, force the jump out. However, Webb's still able to keep the advantage state going, find the grab for his troubles, and the extra carry just forward for positioning, looking to reset and continue the state. But the pressure is consistent from Deltaforce, and while Webb will push everything he can, Deltaforce, unlike even Ram before him, will not let you get even an ounce more.
Dude, Deltaforce cannot land unspaced on WebbJP's shield. WebbJP is calling that out every time with the footstool into the dare.
It's like, what options do you have though as Link outside of just that singular or neutral air to land with, right? And it's not disjointed. Sheik and Shark, you're landing 7 days a week, especially when you line up those tip or up smashes.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, Link sticks that leg pretty far out in front. Don't get me wrong, it's not like a sword hitbox or anything, but yeah, I mean, good on Webb just for identifying. It can be hard to tell, I think, when to actually go consistently for the footstools out of shield. Oh man, nice anti-air. I love setting down the bomb and kind of encouraging WebbJP to go over it, and then just cutting out all that airspace with the up smash.
And beautiful crouch usage as well from Webb to find his way underneath some of these rising aerials that Deltaforce has started to lean on a little bit more in these scramble situations up close. Delta trying to find the frame trap, but just not able to lock it down. So gonna get the reset off the grab, keep the advantage going, and looking for that extension in again, but just a little too slow against Sheik's fast falling nature. This is Webb's opening here in the last stock. It's all gonna come down to who finds this advantage. Say it's gonna be Webb, but can he lock down the corner pressure? Or Deltaforce resetting here would be huge, but Webb is so efficient at the ledge.
Yeah, Deltaforce finally kind of resetting things, and yet here we are back at the ledge again.
Yeah, but he didn't even get to reset. He had called out the air dodge, and just like that, like Webb's patience to not look for the immediate punish there is so good.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what do you do against a player who not only can be faster than you, but is also just willing to just stand there and be slower than you, right? When he can outframe data you, but also just wait.
Yeah. Patience, very, I think appropriately rated in the meta at this point, but I mean, even just standing can be pretty underrated in this game. But what if I do no option?
Well, then you get called out like it's melee down till up air, though unlike that game, not gonna clean it up, even at 142, and this is Deltaforce's opportunity. Has the corner situation, just gonna miss the bomb bounce from ledge, and that's gonna give WebbJP another chance, but the Z drop now, gonna force the pressure on the re-grab. You don't have iframes. Bomb not gonna do it just yet, though, and this was one last chance.
Okay, oh Man, I was just gonna compliment. I like that defense from WebbJP to get the bomb completely out of the equation, send it across the stage, but Deltaforce just had so many layers to that trap that the bomb was just one part of it. Nicely done by Deltaforce closing things out there. It looked pretty rough, you know, just a minute earlier.
And finding the bomb there after that back air spacing, after that reset was so creative. And here, right, Webb just getting caught on the regrab. Delta ready to lock it in. You have to force out all your options. You're able to get off ledge, but it's still just not going to be enough. And now no stage switch here in game number 2. Remember, this is best of 5 territory here in winners finals, Mr. Patch. So there's a little bit extra room for Webb to work with.
Right. I did like that, and we even see it now. WebbJP is like in a position where he could just go grab bomb, you know, toss it up, you know, Z drop, whatever, do whatever you want with it. But actually, really, and we saw it there, does not want it, because if you have an item in hand, it's gonna, you know, kind of disrupt your kind of aerial game plan, right?
Absolutely, you can still find those Z drop aerials though, and
well,
Webb
sure.
is very practiced in those, but it does still add an additional little amount of lag to work with. I like the down tilt up smash there just for damage. Recognize your situation and optimize every single interaction. That is what WebbJP is so good at. But even still, the DI mix not going to be enough. Still going to clean it up though, and there is no escape from this ninja.
It's so crazy. Like every time that I think Deltaforce has gotten out of a situation, it's right there. You know, WebbJP is right back on you. Ooh, okay, that was a little optimistic, I guess, that that drop down up B from ledge.
Yeah, well, it was.
I could see it working, but you know,
it was immediate to hurt box shift away. If it hits, it kills them. You know, I like the idea. It just didn't quite work out, and you recognize, hey, even though I'm up a game, right, this game number 2 is going very differently than game number 1 did. I have to find a way to find that opening, take this first stock, because right now Webb is just racking on the extra damage, finding these juggle situations, and just barely not able to get the reset. But even still, Needles just cover so much space. I swear Webb makes Sheik's bubble look bigger than any other characters in the game.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, that kind of goes what I was saying before about, like, I think that Deltaforce is at a distance away that you can actually, like, chill and, like, maybe throw some projectiles, and then all of a sudden, WebbJP is, you know, jumping in, hitting Needles, like, into something else.
Bro, I'm sorry, that mix-up was clean. Finding the first frame of the auto cancel window, Webb able to close out the stock, still loses his own in turn, but an extra one to work with. It's having one extra in the chamber with Sheik, right? We've seen this character kill early, we've seen her struggle to kill. It's absolutely huge, and now Webb just gets to put you in the blender. This is already 50, the reset, waiting for the roll, and the shield calls out the air dodge, just racking it on. There is no escape. This is so much pressure.
See, there, I do think the bomb disrupted things a little bit. I mean, even just the 1 second of throwing the bomb. I mean, I'm not even totally sure how Webb even got the bomb in hand, but yeah, it can make a big difference. Starting to see some real signs of life here. Deltaforce kind of turning things around.
Webb already looking.
Is it too late?
That is the question. And as Webb already looking for these drag downs, right, to close it out. That up air maybe gonna do it. Yes, it is. It looked like Webb might, or it looked like Deltaforce just barely lost his stock to that. Got crossed up on the DI, because if you didn't know, Sheik's up air works just like Rob's. Based on which side of you you're on, right, the DI goes a different direction. So Webb is able to cross it up, and we'll see here in just a moment. You see him switch at the last possible second. He has you on that backside. And then switches over to the front side. Delta not ready for the DI mix and losing the game for it. Great creativity from Webb to keep his opponents off guard, and a dominant answer back after it looked like Deltaforce maybe had him figured out in game number 1.
Yeah, I mean, Webb really turned that thing around. And I just really appreciate that Webb will just turn on the gas like crazy in a moment, like, in a moment when he's kind of lost momentum, and then we'll just, like, viciously get it back in his favor. Okay, we had an attempt at a bomb recovery that didn't work out, but didn't need to. So, hey, you know, it works out. You
Yeah.
don't take that extra bit of damage.
Deltaforce understanding how to push these hero spins to the limit in terms of their distance off stage is just so cool, right? Just seeing something as simple, like just the extra mileage you can get out of micro spacing your disadvantage routes back to the ledge is just so good. And now he's finally got some space, finally got one more chance, and the delay on the tech to dodge that F smash, giving himself one more chance to keep this damage going, keep this stock close. He still could take it first. We're gonna find out, my friend, because all of a sudden Webb went from running the show to not being able to get in.
Yeah, and this is kind of what I'm talking about, where like Webb will have these extended sequences of just like everything is working, but you know, I mean, that can't be the case always, right? Like there are going to be some times where it's just okay, we're just kind of playing neutral, just getting some individual hits. That almost killed Sheik across the stage.
Yep, and I like that bomb trap there in the middle,
The
right?
bomb disrupted that. That was
because
a stop.
the last hit, a hero spin, hits it up, causing that hitbox to reactivate. Very heads-up play from Deltaforce.
Yeah.
Whereas the pogo stick as well, beautiful shield positioning there to hit that corner of it to keep it safe. And now it's just Deltaforce locking down
be a
this ledge
regrab,
trap.
no?
Rinse, repeat. The fact that they were at kill percent a minute ago and both survived right in this neutral, in this advantage, just continuing to pressure them and for another minute before immediately answering back in 2 straight interactions to keep this game even. These two are on another level in this game number 3.
Yeah, I mean this is your 2 seed and your 4 seed. So both of these players know how to take hits and come back from it.
And remember as well that the number 1 seed tonight, Jackal, did DQ, so Webb the highest remaining seed here in the bracket. But Deltaforce, you know, no slouch either, the 4 seed, but here in winners finals for a reason. He has been making short work of everyone in bracket until to this point. Hero's been not going to make short work of Webb, though, as Webb has another chance to reset. The jab pressure so safe that he's able to find the grab, keep it going. And Webb has been the first person we've seen all day to really start to use Deltaforce's immaculate patience against him.
Love that patience there, too. The little walk into the turnaround grab. It's so even. I gotta point it out. It's so back and forth here.
And remember too that like these players have played each other for the entirety of this game lifespan here at Fusion, at other New Jersey locals. They know each other's playstyles inside and out. And at a certain point, right, that it doesn't matter how good you are when you can just lock your opponent down on a player level that much. You're seeing them call each other out with some of these weights, some of these shimmies, right? These spot dodges, crouches, is certain things you would never see them look for in other matchups. And it's why we've seen Delta be the most efficient person today at trapping Webb in the corner. Been the first person we've seen really able to find these grabs. And why, in turn, Webb has just been able to find some openings despite the defense.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a pretty tough matchup when you're seeing Link up throw kill, but that's, man, Sheik is definitely not getting bread and butter stuff from the side special, so that's really nice to see. But Deltaforce is kind of hitting on all cylinders right now.
And I like that from Webb, taking that initial hit on the boomerang, recognizing that if he got caught on the return, it would have commented in the hero spin and been the game. So instead, just resetting the scenario, taking some guaranteed damage just to get a stock back to state to ledge. And what we've seen this whole game on PS2 so far, remember, this is for counter pick advantage. It could still be relevant to throw a mix there in game 5. And both these players are going to push to have that be in their favor. As the bouncing fish, not going to do it just yet, but now you have to deal with Sheik on the ledge trap, on the edge guard. And again, Webb's pressure just relentless right now.
Relentless is the word. I mean, this is the Webb momentum coming in, except Deltaforce finding a great way out. That dash almost killed. And that's the thing with this matchup, is it feels like a heavy matchup, you know, that Sheik is going to get her hits, but sometimes Link only needs a few.
The walk reset there from Webb, so excellent, but the neutral air on the delay from Deltaforce calling out Webb's ledge guarding tendencies, and now it's gonna be Deltaforce finding the up tilt, calling out the walk from Webb, right? We've seen that walk into a delay grab a couple times. Webb looking for again in the closing seconds, but Deltaforce saying not today. This is my counter pick advantage. I'm going up 2-1, and you might be the higher seed. But man, I've been around since the dawn of time, and you cannot get one wrong for me that easily.
No, don't do mans like this. The dawn of time? Yikes.
Yes, sir. He's literally the hero of time.
Oh, okay, not the player, the character. I got you. Okay.
I don't know what you want from me.
Now, I do want to point out, I checked it real quick. The history between these two is actually almost completely even. Set count is 12-13 in favor of Deltaforce. So, WebbJP will have to win a couple more games to even up that set count.
And you know, this matchup is so not in Link's favor. It's really incredible to see what Deltaforce can find, and really what it is his bomb usage forces Webb in the corner into these really awkward scenarios that allow Delta resets, as well as Deltaforce is playing around his bomb almost like it's an anchor point, almost like this is a snake grenade that we're talking about here, right? And he's able to utilize it to find these situations where, okay, I nair you, it hits your shield, but it also hits bomb, sets the bounces again, makes the hitbox active, and suddenly covers my end lag. It's gorgeous stuff. But in order to make it happen, he has to keep his feet on the ground, because right now Webb is just keeping him in disadvantage until that reversal.
Oh my god, did the boomerang return just save WebbJP?
Yes, sir, it did. The boomerang giveth and it taketh away. You can't have those mistakes.
Oh my god!
Bomb reset, he wasn't ready, and it's gonna give you Webb one more chance. The bomb that time as well. Keep hitting him up just enough to avoid the down smash, and this is the two double-edged blade of Link. The bomb that time extending the explosion at ledge as well. All of Deltaforce's tools are coming back to haunt him right now, Patch.
Yeah, Ritual, a lot just happened.
That's one way to put it.
We need to be able to pause the set real quick. Okay, let's process what the heck that was all about. Okay, now we've kind of reset. Like, you know, take it easy here real quick. All is not lost here. Deltaforce really just needs one hit here to even things up. Not a ton of extra credit. But yeah, you're right. There were some crazy opportunities there, and hey, easy stock there. Like we don't need anything too crazy with the boomerang return hitbox or anything like that.
We've seen a lot of up throw ledge traps off the bomb from Deltaforce. So Webb opting for the neutral getup, which would defend against that, and Deltaforce already ready with the adjustment preemptively to cover it, call it out, and close it out in turn. Right. Now he's going to try and find a way back to stage, but again, you have to get through this wall of frame data, going to do so between the hits of the up special, but even still, Webb able to clean it up, find the reset, and keep the corner pressure going right now, Pat.
For sure. And here we see, okay, got bomb out of play with the actual back throw animation. But oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess WebbJP going for Deltaforce SDI away, which just didn't happen.
Or just the cross up on the DI angle, right? But as you mentioned, Delta DIing that perfectly that time to hold on to his stock, fall out of the F smash confirm, and just keep on living. Deltaforce has stretched every single one of his stocks to so long. Right, we've talked about Sheik struggling to kill, but these have regularly been 140, 150%. And it's just, he's getting essentially an extra stock each one of these games against WebbJP in terms of percent, and gets to do it all with max rage. This is a tall task, especially with one stock left on winner's side. What can Webb find?
Ritual, I think that play right there was very instructive. Just that you had WebbJP just kind of in the air, in neutral, and going for, I don't think it was fast fall. Yeah, no fast fall, neutral air dodge. And Deltaforce just chilling, just absolutely not threatened at all. And just following that and going for an up tilt. I haven't seen much passive gameplay like that, and there you go. WebbJP dead at like 70 there. Deltaforce looking for that all set. Finally got like a really solid low percent kill at ledge. And I was starting to talk about it there, but it really felt like WebbJP was starting to like give a little too much room, a little too much wiggle room, really, to Deltaforce, and took advantage of it.
And as you know, as we continue, as we get into these replays, I see chat asking about it. Sola is up next against Marcus. Is down on in losers finals. That's going to be Game and Watch Hero. So I know you're excited. For those excited to see Sola play with the hero, oh, he wasn't able to take it off against Webb earlier on, but taking it over Bishoto and Mouse Rat here in loser side so far to make his run to losers semis. But before that, we still have to look at these moments from this set. The air dodges, the positioning, everything was so on point for both players. Deltaforce's defense is way out of these confirms are incredible.
And that play with the up smash on the platform, WebbJP stopped the dash under the platform on the right side, you know, covering, okay, if Deltaforce rolls right, and then just reacted to the roll left. It's like, if you're Deltaforce, you gotta be thinking, man, what do I do here? I guess. And then this dude, this is crazy. That's, oh my god, the little bomb bounce just sending Sheik straight down.
Because it's a semi spike, right? And since you're holding away, you're trying to find the tech, you just aren't quite ready for it. That being said, hey everybody, we're still here. Thought we were gonna maybe get that last stock, but that's okay. We don't get all the replays here. That last one was a gorgeous one, though, and it's a shame we don't get to see it. Instead, you get to see us all cozy for the evening. But don't worry, folks. We aren't done just yet.